All right, so let's change this up and let's actually get something going. Right. I'm going to open up the Word doc. This is all the text we're going to use. It's for a, fake restaurant. Although I think in the past, students have looked up and online and really there is a real restaurant called the Black Goose. All right, so we're going to mark this up, give it hierarchy, give it headings, and make it look like something other than it's not. On the bottom of this Word doc, I have just, some notes for you. Again, just kind of reinforcing the structure of a page. I talked about this in that video for the PDF, but again, this is really all we need to focus on for right now, understanding the structure. Opening HTML, the closing HTML. We got this little HTML marker here that says we're using HTML5. The head tag, closing head tag, the title goes up here. So again, that's the title. That's what appears in the tab of the browser window. The body, all of the content goes in here. All right, so all of this stuff, the Black Goose, the restaurant, catering, location, hours, all that goes in the body tag. Also on the bottom, I have some notes. What we'll see is that we're doing block line items, okay? So those are items that add extra spaces. It's worth pointing out that the heading and the paragraph elements start on new lines, okay? And we'll see that. So when we're really, finessing something, wanting it closer, farther away, those lines do become important. Browsers treat block elements as though they are in little rectangular boxes stacked up on the page, okay? We can change that all we want, but those are the default styles that the browser puts on. All right, so let's get this going and we'll see all of that kind of happen together. So I'm going to take the text here, Black Goose Restaurant. I'm going to go down, copy just to here, just to where it's location and hours. Control C, I'm going to grab that, go back to my notepad, and let's put that in. All right, so right now it looks like as though, let me close that, it's formatted. All right, so if we were actually to, let's save this now. So we'll do a little save. Beep. All right, it should be already practice 1 because we did that. And now I'm going to do a save as. And again, I'm going to change that to all files. And I'm just going to save over that hi guys. So that HTML file is already there. So I'll select that. And then I'll hit save. Ooh. Do you want to replace it? Yes, I do. All right, so if we open that up, it's all running together, okay? There's no hierarchy, all right? If I was to read that and try to understand that, it'd be really hard, okay? So we're gonna mark this up with the HTML tags, and those tags will start to give it structure. They'll create hierarchy, and they'll make it legible. When we look at things on the web, we want them to be scannable, like our eyes recognize where we're going, have hierarchy, and also to be readable. All right, so I'm gonna just actually leave that there, minimize that though. And let's go back to our browser, not our browser, our notepad. So let's give this a little bit of structure, all right? So first, let's put in that HTML tag I keep showing you. So I'm going to click above the Black Goose, make this all nice, space up, opening bracket, HTML, right bracket, go to the very bottom, And I'm going to put in left bracket / HTML, close it. Now, as I've been saying, we need the head tag and the body tag. So let's get into the habit of putting those in. When we get to Dreamweaver, it'll put a lot of this in for you. So if you're feeling like, oh, this seems like a lot, it'll get easier. This is good practice. So I'm going to put in a head tag, and I'm just going to go down one by hitting the Enter key, and I'll put in the closing head tag. Good. And we need a body tag because this is the content. This is where all the good stuff goes. Images, paragraphs, headings, horizontal rules, anything that could, be seen in the browser window, you want it there. So body tag. And some space, closing body tag. Now, if I had to preview this in the web again, it would still look like how it did before. We haven't really marked anything up. We've given the page structure, which is cool, but now we need to start doing kind of the individual tags to give it all the structure and hierarchy we've been talking about. So let's just real basic, let's do a couple things quick. Black Goose Restaurant. Now that's our most important thing. That's our heading. All right, so that should be our H1. The headings divide the page into areas of importance. The most important thing on the page should be in the H1. And all these other subcategories, the restaurant, catering, location, let's give those, say, well, for the fun of it, H2. I'm just going to go through and get all of these. Oops. Now, I want to do one more thing. We need to give the only thing left hanging out on this page that doesn't have a tag on it is like our paragraphs. So let's give them P tag. All right, anything in the body should have a tag on it. All right, so we're just going through and we're making choices. We're making choices about what's on the page and what kind of hierarchy we want to create with the tags. Like I said before, it's like we're just kind of putting like little Post-it notes on everything. If you were to walk through your room and just kind of label like couch, desk, TV, chair, whatever. Someone might think you're crazy, but that's kind of what we're doing right now. All right, so let's save this. File, save. Good. And let's do a save as. And change all files, HTML. Save it. Do you want to replace it? Yes. And if we go back, say bring up our browser, refresh that. Oh, look at that. Okay, everything's different. All right, it finally has a little bit of hierarchy. It's legible. I can understand it to some extent. It's not really that good yet, but we've made a lot of changes. All right, that is some basic HTML that demonstrates hierarchy, and we can see what the default styles are. So you want to notice like, oh, the H1, that's the biggest thing on the page. It's the most important. All right. The restaurant, catering, those are all of lesser importance, so they're smaller, and also you'll notice they're in bold. The paragraph is just broken up, and you can notice the space here. here space, here space, here space, here space. But it's starting to have a little bit more hierarchy. Let's add the rest of the tags that we need to know, give it a better look, and then we'll kind of be done with that.